thing I find interesting about microservice architectures is the flexibility that they give you. And it's the flexibility that you don't even expect you're going to need that's really valuable. Late last year, we were building a sports broadcasting application. It was going to cover a 3-week-long tournament of a fairly popular sport. We did some research, we found out how many users to expect. And then when the tournament started, we discovered in the first hour that we were actually getting 100 times more users than we expected. For the first 2 days, our servers melted. Then on the third day, the tournament had a break, we had a rest and a chance to do what we could to fix it. And this was where the flexibility of the microservice architecture came in. Because the systems that backed up our mobile application were all independent, were small, were easy to understand, and responded predictably to change, we could look across these services and understand where caching differed, where freshness requirements were different. And what we found we were able to do was drop a CDN, content distribution network, between our mobile application and many of our back-end services. And from there, of course, we've made scaling performance someone else's problem, which is really what you want it to be. Over the rest of the tournament, users and viewers continued to increase and we ended up doubling. Throughout that period, our system did not blink, just happily soaked up the load. And ultimately, this is really interesting in that it wasn't even this kind of flexibility that we expected. What we expected was to be able to add new features as the tournament progressed. The idea was to start off with an application that you could use to watch the tournament, and then we'd enhance it with features that showed you more detail and more insight into what was going on. But we found that using the same architecture and the same approach, we were very easily able to incorporate fairly large-scale architectural changes really simply into the system to deliver the performance we needed. I've since been told that this architecture really needs to be written up and stapled to anyone who doesn't think that flexibility in links and disconnected systems are a valuable thing to build.